Imagine this. You wake up and it feels like everything is just falling apart. Maybe you missed a deadline at work, or that personal project you've been pouring your heart into is going nowhere. Suddenly, it feels like the world is conspiring against you. We've all had those days, right? The ones where everything feels like an uphill battle. But here's the real deal. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to be one of those tough people. Hey everyone, today's video is all about staying motivated even when the going gets tough. Trust me, we've all been there. Life throws a curveball and suddenly you're questioning everything. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have some solid strategies to keep pushing forward no matter what. Before we get into the juicy stuff, let's take a quick step back and ask, why is motivation so important, especially during tough times? Well, think of motivation like the fuel that keeps your engine running. It's what drives you to get out of bed, tackle your goals, and push through challenges. Without it, even the smallest tasks can feel impossible. There are two types of motivation. Intrinsic, that inner fire, the passion that drives you to pursue your dreams just because they make you feel alive. And extrinsic, the rewards, recognition, or deadlines that give you a little extra push. Now, when things get tough, it's that intrinsic motivation that will really carry you through. It's about having the mindset that every obstacle is just a stepping stone toward your growth. Every challenge, just another opportunity to get stronger. Let's get real for a second. Staying motivated is hard. It's one thing to say, stay motivated, but another thing entirely to do it when you're dealing with all those invisible obstacles that sneak up on you. Let's break it down. What exactly is getting in your way? First up, the fear of failure. That little voice inside your head that says, what if I try and mess up? This fear can be totally paralyzing. But here's something you should know. Failure isn't the end of the road. It's actually just feedback. Every time you fail, you're learning something new. It's like leveling up in a video game. You get knocked down, but now you know how to handle the next challenge better. Failure isn't a full stop. It's just a comma in your journey. And hey, drop a comment and tell me, what's something you failed at recently that taught you something valuable? Next, let's talk about procrastination. Oh man, procrastination is like that friend who shows up uninvited and refuses to leave. You know you should be working, but suddenly organizing your sock drawer or scrolling through TikTok feels so much more important. Here's a hack. Break those big, scary tasks into tiny, bite-sized pieces. Imagine trying to eat an entire pizza in one go, unless you're superhuman. It's too much. But slice it up, take it piece by piece, and boom, you're making progress. And then there's burnout. Ugh, burnout. That feeling when you're constantly running on empty. If you're exhausted, it's your body waving a big red flag saying, hey, take a break. Burnout happens when you keep pushing yourself without taking the time to recharge. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. You're not a machine. You need to hit pause sometimes, refuel, and then come back stronger. Okay, now that we've tackled the major roadblocks like fear of failure, procrastination, and burnout, let me ask you this. What if I told you that staying motivated could actually be fun? That it doesn't have to be all about discipline and willpower. If you're thinking, no way, I'm always dragging myself through tough times, then hang tight, because in the next section, we're diving into some seriously practical strategies to make motivation something you can look forward to every day. Now that we know what's holding us back, let's figure out how to smash through those barriers and keep going. Ready for some motivation superpowers? First, set achievable goals. I get it. You've got big dreams, and that's awesome. But here's the thing. If you're trying to tackle everything all at once, you're setting yourself up for overwhelm. Instead, focus on small, actionable steps. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't try to throw up all the walls in one day. You'd start with the foundation, brick by brick. Every small goal achieved is like laying another brick in that foundation. Eventually, you'll have a mansion. Okay, I want you to think about one small goal you can tackle today. Drop it in the comments, and let's cheer each other on. Next, let's talk rewards. Reward yourself when you make progress. Finished a task you've been putting off for ages. Treat yourself. Whether it's a coffee break, a quick episode of your favorite show, or even just a high five to yourself in the mirror, celebrate those wins. It may seem small, but these little moments of celebration help keep your motivation high. And here's where self-care steps in. You've heard it before, but I'll say it again. You can't pour from an empty cup. Whether it's getting outside for a walk, doing some yoga, or just binge watching your favorite Netflix series guilt-free, make time for you. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Your body and mind need time to recharge so you can keep showing up as your best self. Another tool you can use is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself at the finish line. Picture yourself achieving that big goal, overcoming the obstacles, and feeling like a total rock star. When you visualize success, you make it feel more real and attainable. Plus, it's a great way to give yourself that extra motivational boost when you need it. Finally, let's talk about finding inspiration. Whether it's from a book, a mentor, or even just a motivational quote you saw on Instagram, inspiration is all around you. Surround yourself with things and people that lift you up and make you want to be better. A great quote can be the perfect spark to get you moving again. Come on, we all love a good motivational quote, right? Drop your favorite one in the comments below. I'd love to see what keeps you going. Now let's get real. Life isn't perfect and setbacks are going to happen. But here's the thing. It's not the setback itself that defines you. It's how you respond to it. First off, embrace failure. I know it sounds weird, but failure is actually a good thing. Think about it. Every time you fail, you're getting one step closer to success. You're learning, growing, and getting better. So instead of seeing failure as the end of the road, see it as a stepping stone. Every no gets you closer to a yes. Then there's perseverance. Let's face it, tough times are going to slow you down. But just because you're moving slower doesn't mean you're not moving. Even if you're only taking baby steps, you're still making progress. It's like running a marathon. Sometimes you sprint, sometimes you jog, and sometimes you just have to walk. But as long as you keep moving forward, you're getting closer to the finish line. And lastly, seek support. You don't have to go through tough times alone. Whether it's a friend, family member, or even a professional, sometimes we all need a little help. There's no shame in asking for support. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Think about someone who's been there for you during tough times. Give them a shout out in the comments. Let's spread some love and appreciation for the people who lift us up. So, whether you're dealing with fear, procrastination, or setbacks, remember this. You can stay motivated. It's not always easy, but trust me, it's always worth it. You've got everything you need inside you to push through tough times and come out stronger on the other side.